All right, welcome to episode number 2 of the Texas Coastal Bend Gridiron podcast. My name is Gabriel Trevino. This is my podcast, first year that I'm putting this together to talk about the Coastal Bend football teams. Right? I think there's 33, 34 teams that we'll be talking about this upcoming football season. It'll be the podcast will consist, I know, of 2 days per week. So an example would be Monday and Wednesday. I'm not sure if those are going to be the days, but let's say Monday we'd focus on the smaller schools, 2A and 3A. And Wednesday would be the bigger schools, 4A and 5A. Is kind of like what I'm planning. And then, of course, the podcast will consist of a coach from the Coastal Bend area that will join the podcast to talk about the program. What are they doing? And introduce, some assistant coaches possibly. Have coach talk about his staff, and hopefully they'll bring in a player. I'm hoping that that's a part of what we can do is add a player or two that can come in on the podcast. That'd be on the defensive side or the offensive side. One thing I want to focus on in this podcast is the talent that we have in the Coastal Bend area. We have a lot of talent, even in the small schools to the bigger schools, so from 2A to 5A. I just want to be a small part of being able to shine some light on some of these athletes, give the coach an opportunity to talk about the players, have the players an opportunity to give them a platform to talk about themselves, and put up stats, talk about their stats, right? You have a running back that scores 5 touchdowns, man, you definitely want to be putting that out on the podcast. If you have a kid who has a big game defensively, offensively, you definitely want to be bringing that out when you talk about the team. So it's stuff like that, just a small portion of talking about the athletes, because I think we have some great athletes that a lot of them don't get the coverage, right? And not only the athletes, but we have some great coaches, man. We have some great coaches coaching in our area. Give them a platform to talk about their program. And then we've got some young assistant coaches, right, who soon enough will be head coaches. Hopefully they'll stick around. So there's a lot on this podcast, great ideas that I want to do. Hopefully this podcast will get the support that it needs to keep going. And then, the podcast will be uploaded to all social media platforms, so you can see it there. And like I said, I just hope that it gets the support, and it's around for a very, very long time. I can tell you that it's going to take some time. It's going to be a slow process, so don't expect a lot in year one. I do have some great ideas, but it's going to take some time, right? Putting it all together. I'm not in any hurry to put it together because I want to make sure it's done right. But, definitely if there's someone that wants to come on and talk about their team or a player, definitely, or you want to send me something, you can email me something about your team, gtsports6464@hotmail.com. These podcasts, there'll be sections, comment sections where you can, communicate with me. A lot of this will be opinionated on my part, right? It's going to be my opinion, what I think. Doesn't mean I'm right. It's just my opinion. You have your opinion, but that's where we can debate on certain teams. There'll be predictions. I'll be making predictions on who I think is going to win. Obviously, like everybody else, there's teams I follow that I hope have a successful football season. There's others that I don't know much about that I hope to be able to, as I do the research, learn more about them. But if you know something or that I don't know, definitely send it to me by email. I'd definitely love to be able to read it out. If there's a kid that, hey man, this kid had a great game, let me know what school he goes to. I can reach out to the coach, and they, certain players said they had a big game. Could you give me the stats, coach? So I'd love to be able to put those up here on the podcast. It's really about shining light on the talent that we have here, right? That's what it's all about. And then debating a little bit, right? There'll be some stuff that I'll say that I'll know that comes from coaches that I can put, that they'll let me put out here, that'll be fact. But a lot of it is my opinion. Hey, he's wrong. And again, it's my opinion. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just my opinion, and you have the right to disagree with me. And I'd love to hear from you. That's what this podcast is all about, right? Is shining light on our coaches, on our players, our athletes, interviewing them, giving them a platform, and then the fans debate, right? And and back up your team, right? I got my team. I'm sure you guys got your team. So hopefully it's a lot of fun, and hopefully, like I said, I'll get the support. And we'll go from there. Right now, I'm not going to make any predictions. Way too early, and I still got to do a lot of research. But wanted to come out here and talk about a district, and then in about 3 or 4 days, I'll pick another district until I finish them all. And this is basically about just talking about the teams, their last year, their record, and who the head coach for these teams will be in 2026. So let's start off with Region 4, obviously, 4A, Division 2, District 15. This is 8 teams. And again, this is the first one. These two, they'll be playing each other this year and next year. So it's the first year of the new realignment. So some of these teams, very interesting. I don't know much about these teams because I haven't followed them, but we'll start off with the first team in District 15, the Corpus Christi London Pirates. Head football coach Andy Smith. Last year, the Pirates, the CC London Pirates, 7-5, 5-2 in district play. They were third place. Got to the second round in the playoffs. What do I know about London? Not much. Great athletes. They have athletes every year. So my guess is that this team, I'd say possibly, definitely going to be competing for a playoff spot. They were in the second round. So I don't know who they have coming back, but I would imagine that they'll be competing for a playoff spot and maybe even a district a title. But as I do more research, like I said, and get more into knowing returning players and stuff, we'll talk more about London. But early on here, I'd say that this team is poised. It's probably going to be contending for one of the 4 playoff spots. So London, definitely going to be tough. The next team, the Ingleside Mustangs, I know more about the Mustangs than I do other teams here in this district because we've covered them. Last year, we have a podcast with the head coach. Travis Chrisman is the head coach who didn't come on last year, but I'm sending them an invite. We do have a network for Ingleside called the MPND Sports Network, where during football season, Coach Chrisman comes on once a week to talk about the program, players. We recap games, preview upcoming games. And so I'm hoping we can get back to that. So we'll see, but anybody that's interested with Ingleside, you can definitely look forward to that, and you can catch those podcasts on the MPND Sports Network. Last year, tough football season for the Mustangs, 2-8 overall, 0-4 in district play. They did not make the playoffs. They were in that tough district with Rockport-Fulton, with Sinton, with Cuero. Boy, nobody wants to be with those teams. Those are tough teams. Not that this year it might be a little easier, but still going to be tough. But the other thing about Ingleside that I knew about was they're a very young team. I remember talking to Coach Chrisman before the season last year, and he said, "Man, we're young," and they are young. The great thing is a lot of those boys will be back with some varsity experience. So I don't expect Ingleside to go 2-8 next year. I think that record will be better. Their skill positions, I've seen those players. They're good. They're just young. But after a year on varsity, a lot of those players should be ready to go. So I would early on anticipate that 2-8 record is going to get better than that. And I'm sure that Coach Chrisman is going to be fighting those Mustangs for a playoff spot. We'll see if they can get there because, like I said, there's 8 teams. And what really makes this a little bit more difficult is, especially when you have a young team or first-year coach, is you don't get a lot of preseason games because with 8 teams, right, I think there's maybe like 3 preseason, 2 scrimmages, 3 preseason games to try to work out your kinks before you get into district. So there won't be a lot of preseason or non-district, I should say, games in this district. You're probably going to play 3, I think is what I saw, and then you're right straight to district. So you got to be able to learn and get better really quick because those district games, W's or L's, will make a difference. So there won't be a lot of non-district games. So I think 3, and then you start district play right away. So we'll see how all that works out for these teams. But like I said, I would anticipate that 2-8 record, it's going to be better for Ingleside this upcoming football season. Number 3, the Kingsville Brahmas. They got a new man out there, first year coach. Marcus Graham takes over the program. For a very talented Kingsville team, I think last year 7-4, 2-1 in district play. I always just thought that that Kingsville would be better than the 2-1, right? That's bad because there's only a few teams in there, but I always thought that their record would be better. I just always saw Kingsville as a team with more talent. More, I mean, they have talent, right? But talent where they had enough to win more than 7 games. Not a bad record. I just, in my mind, always thought that they would do better. But they've been in the playoffs, and last year they were one and done. So with Coach Graham taking over, I hope to invite him and have him on the podcast here with me to talk, to get to know him and to see what the plans are for Kingsville this upcoming year in this district. Like I said, that is a team with talented players. I've always said that I think they have talent every year. So let's see what Coach Graham can do first year there with Kingsville. And then I talked about the 3 Valley teams that are now coming into the district. And La Feria, we'll talk about them, the Lions. Head coach Craig Foster. Last year, 4-6, 1-2 in district play. They were in 3rd place. They did get into the playoffs, 1 round, 1 and done. I haven't followed La Feria in quite some time. It's been a while back since the team that I follow was playing, and we were driving to the Valley for some of these football games on Friday night. We'll be doing some of that again this year. But to me, La Feria has always been a team when we did play them. Very tough, good program, good coaching, great kids. I don't think much of that has changed. How good are they this year? I don't know. I'll do more research on them. Those Valley teams are pretty tough. So we'll see what they've done. The team, when we played them, we fared well. They were tough, but we beat them. But they were tough games. So I expect La Feria to be tough this upcoming year. We'll see what happens, but definitely we'll be taking some drives up to the Valley now. I haven't done that in a couple of years. And then the next team, another Valley team, the Port Isabel Tarpons. Now I do know somewhat. I do know the Port Isabel Tarpons. That is a tough program, and their head coach Tony Villarreal was there coaching the Tarpons back in the 90s when I was in school. Right, didn't play football, but definitely followed them, and they were tough. And so I think Coach Villarreal might have retired and then came back, but he's coaching them again, and he was coaching them when I was in school in the 90s. I believe I'm telling you that correctly. So they were tough then. I'm sure Port Isabel is still tough now. Last year they were 6-5, 3-0 in district play. They won the district and they got into the playoffs, one and done. But they're going to be tough, and I think they're going to be competing for a district title, in my early opinion here. And they'll definitely be fighting for a playoff spot. They're going to be tough. I think Port Isabel is going to be tough. Rio Grande City, Grulla, the Gators, another Valley team, head coach Alejandro Bazan. Last year, 1-9, 0-3 in district play. Really struggled. But there were only 4 teams, I believe, in their district. So even with the 1-9 record, the Gators got in. But they were one and done, obviously. So it'll be a little different now this year with 8 teams now. You got to earn the spot. So we'll see what Rio Grande City had. Obviously, they struggled last year. I'll have to wait and see what they've got coming back before I make any type of predictions. Of course, that's still ways down. My predictions will come about early August, somewhere around there. The next team, the Robstown Pickers. Now, I remember a time when you saw Robstown on your schedule and you said, oh, that's a W before the season started. That is not the case anymore. Head football coach Travis Crowley, I think this is his 2nd year, has done an amazing job with that program out there. Last year they were 7-5, 1-3 in district play. 4th place got into the playoffs, but again, they were in that district with Rockport-Fulton, Quero Gobblers, Sinton Pirates. Very, very tough district. And then they get into the playoffs as a 4th place team and get to the 2nd round of the playoffs. So even though you get those losses, right, those teams playing them prepares you as you were the 4th place team and got to the 2nd round. So that just tells you how tough that district was. Those teams were last year. But Robstown, man, you got to come with your A game now. I'm telling you, this team is for real. They're on the climb up, and if you're not ready for them, or if you think it's gonna be an easy night, they're gonna give you a loss. You got to come ready to play the Pickers. That team is up and coming, and they want to win. and they can win. They've gotten a taste of what it's like to be successful now, and they want more of it, I'm sure. So hopefully I'll have Coach Crowley on to talk a little bit more. But, man, what an excellent job he did last year, and I'm sure he's going to do this year with that picker program, man. They are definitely something to watch. And I think they'll have a good shot at the playoffs again this year. No reason to think that they won't, but again, I got to read to see what they've got coming back. They've lost some players, obviously, so I got to still do some research on that. But, boy, I think the Pickers are going to be tough again this upcoming year. And then the last team, the Rockport-Fulton Pirates. This is a team that I follow consistently. Head coach Eric Soza. He's coming on his third year. I think one of the best things Rockport-Fulton did was hire Eric Soza, right? He has been great for Rockport-Fulton. First year, got him to the playoffs, to the second round, lost to Wimberley. Last year, got to the third round, lost to Cuero. So 2 times that Rockport has lost in the playoffs, they have been to 2 powerful teams that know how to win in the playoffs. But what I see from this team is a program that's getting better. Players that are playing with confidence, not just about the wins and the losses. Obviously, there's been a lot of success the last 2 years. People are excited in Rockport about what this football program is doing and what it can become under Coach Soza. But man, it's great to see the kids play with confidence, and I love seeing my old alma mater, right, win more games and make deep playoff runs. And so expectations again are high because we've tasted success and we want more. Now we want to get back to that third round. Hopefully, the fourth round, right? I don't know what that playoff picture is going to look like. I haven't gotten that far, but I think Rockport-Fulton this year definitely is going to be competing for a playoff spot, possibly even a district title. I just think they're going to be that good. They did miss some pieces. Obviously, I know. The backfield and that slot T, they're all gone, right? Alvarado, Rios, and Cowan. So they'll have to replace those. But can honestly tell you, I like the young guns that were coming up. And even though we've lost those 3 seniors, I think what's coming up, we're not going to miss a beat there. But we've lost some players both on the offense and defense. So it's just a matter of who's going to be able to step up, who are going to be the leaders. That's going to be important if Rockport wants to continue that success. And get past the third round of playoffs. But this is going to be very, very interesting. Those are the 8 teams that are in 4A Division II District 15. I'm looking forward to these because, like I said, there's only going to be about 3 non-district games, and then you go right straight into the district. So that's not something that we're accustomed to. We're used to playing about 5 games or so, and then later on, we get into district. District is going to come quickly, and just like Ingleside, Rockport-Fulton has a network. It's called the Pirates Coast Sports Network, where Coach Soza does come on once a week to do a podcast where he talks about, we recap prior games. We talk, preview upcoming games, get coaches' thoughts. Sometimes Coach brings in one of his assistant coaches on that podcast. He definitely brings a player. Last year he brought a player, which was really, really good. We got to talk to the players. So he does on his podcast bring in a player, and from time to time he'll bring in an assistant coach. It's a very good podcast. We hope to continue to build on that. But as far as I know, Coach Soza will be back. And so if you're interested in what Coach Soza has to say with Rockport, definitely tune in to the Rockport Sports Podcast Coaches Show. It's on the Pirates Coast Sports Network. It's pre-recorded, and then we upload it like the very next day. I think it's recorded on Wednesdays afternoon, and then later on that evening or Thursday morning it's uploaded where you can catch it on all Pirates Cove Sports Network social media platforms. So again, that's going to be great. But my goal is to get all these coaches. They'll be definitely getting an invite from me throughout the season. How many of them will accept the invite? If they tell me no, there's not much I can do. But they're definitely going to be receiving an invite from me. And hopefully, I'd love to have these coaches. Like I said, Coach Chrisman and Coach Soza, they come on once a week. But the other coaches, I hope at least I can get them one time this next year. But I'm really excited about this podcast. I've got some great ideas. I've hired some people that are going to help us make this look more professional, not just come up and talk, but I'm talking about an intro. I'm talking about making it look more professional, putting up stats on the screen. A lot of stuff being worked on already, but it's a slow process. It's getting the ideas, how we want to do it. My goal is to have this podcast continue to grow, get supported, and make. I hope it sticks around for a very, very long time. So again, just wanted to come out here and do this. Just kind of head coaches for each district and what they did last year. And about another 2-3 days, maybe like on Thursday, I'll come out and do another district and do the same thing. And I'll continue to do this till all the Coastal Bend districts. I've completed them all. And then in July, we'll do a little bit more. And then right about August, beginning of August, maybe the second week, I'll start doing my predictions. By then, I'll be doing a lot of research. I would have done a lot of research. And I'm ready to make my predictions on who I think is going to win the district. And then I'll make my predictions every Friday throughout the season. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.